Harris went to Detroit, among other places, and found a brand new line of argument. I'm going to play it for you here in SOT 16. No, I'm just kidding. It was exactly what we've always heard from her. Here it is, SOT 16.
This election is about two very different visions for our future. Ours focused on the future, focused on our young leaders, focused on possibility, understanding the ambitions and the aspirations and the dreams of the American people.
Oh, God.
Understanding, like the people of Detroit, we have grit, we have excellence, we have history.
Oh, grit and excellence. She's added grit and excellence in her defense. Now, she's expanding. And this dovetails with what she said to Al Sharpton. She decided to talk to Al Sharpton. And, well, just take a listen. SOT 21.
Share with our viewers on what has impacted them and what a President Harris will do that understands what needs to go in their pocket, not the Beltway language.
So it's a very legitimate and important question that voters ask that we should respond to on the affirmative without waiting for the question. I often go off script to tell a personal story. I talk about what I intend to build, which is an opportunity economy, which in large part understands the vast majority of Americans have ambition, aspirations.
They do?
They have an incredible work ethic. They have dreams.
Oh, work ethic.
But not necessarily access to the resources that allow them the opportunity to achieve their goals. So when asked this question about how will this affect my life in terms of a voter worrying about the fact that, look, price of groceries still too high. I get it, they get it. And what are we doing to help them actually get through life in a way that they're not just getting by, but getting ahead? We have to have specific policies that do that. And that is what I offer under what I call an opportunity economy approach.
Raise your hand if you're missing the Arnold Palmer dick references. sorry.
Everyone in the crowd is like, yeah, everyone, the audience.
Come on. So she says nothing. It'd be one thing if this really were message discipline and she was saying something that's important, like that we all want to hear, and these are great big plans. Even if she were saying the stuff about, I'm going to, get rid of taxes on tips, the thing she stole from Trump. But dreams, ambitions, aspirations, that's all we ever hear. That's it. Eliana, maybe she'll win and we'll meet again and we'll talk about, wow, that message discipline was just amazing. That's what did it. But I don't see evidence that that's what's helping her in the polls. What's helping her in the polls is hatred of Donald Trump.
That's right. She might win. And if she wins, it will be because people don't like Trump. And her inability to pull away from him has been because she is struggling to offer an affirmative vision. What she's offering, and you saw it in that answer, is I grew up a middle-class kid and he's dangerous, crazy, and senile. But she is, it's not that she's not able, it's that she's unwilling to articulate a positive vision for how she would govern the country. Because, she has repudiated a couple of the views, the radical left-wing views that she held in 2019, but mostly her campaign simply has said nothing about them because she's risk averse. She doesn't like to make decisions, and she doesn't want to anger the far left while courting the middle. And so she's just decided to do and say nothing.
She says, Eliana says, Emily, that Kamala Harris isn't offering anything. And there's nothing to hold on to. And that's why she's struggling in the polls. There was a golden opportunity. I mean, she's had multiple, right? The View, what would you do differently than Joe Biden? Colbert, what would you do differently? Brett Baer, would you like another bite at the apple? And she just says, it's not a continuation of his presidency. Well, what does that mean? She says, I'm a different person. Well, obviously, how? How are you going to be different as president? And then Peter Alexander of NBC News gets her over the weekend when she was having her birthday. And he asks her, saying, I'm not going to ask you how old you're turning, but you say generational change is coming. Like that's what you represent. What does that mean? And listen to what happened.
You have a milestone birthday on Sunday. Chivalry is not dead. I'm not going to say what age you're turning then, but you talk about generational change. What does generational change mean to you?
I think it's about a state of mind, and it is about understanding that we should be focused on this moment. And this is a very particular moment where there is a lot happening in our country that is about innovation, that are about really new approaches to longstanding challenges. And it's a new generation of thinking as much as anything else.
Oh my God, that is classic Kamala Harris, Emily. Just to break it down, the number of phrases, this audience is aware, I think it's about a state of mind, and it's about understanding we should be focused on this moment. And this is a very particular moment where there is a lot happening in our country that is about innovation, that are about really new approaches to longstanding challenges. And it's a new generation of thinking as much as anything else. What? What? Help.
The only message discipline I think that her campaign could have is to stop letting her be the messenger. Like the message discipline that they had before and after the DNC, but especially after the DNC, was them controlling it through scripted TV ads and rallies and all of that. But anytime that she has to naturally be the messenger, it's not good, because I thought with the Bret Baier interview, honestly, I felt like she had the edge. I felt like Biden had the edge, obviously, until the debate. But the wheels are coming off this campaign, and the Bret Baier interview was really evidence of that, because what we're seeing right before it and right after it is more of the meme that Kamala Harris was before they decided to turn her into a brilliant generational talent politician, as Democrats have been insisting for a while. This woman was a meme. She was a joke. She was a joke in Washington, D.C. until Biden's disastrous debate performance, which is why Democrats didn't want to swap Biden out, because they felt like they had no choice but to go with her. And this could have been taken from the vice presidential career she had that left her less popular by some measures than Dick Cheney. She's less popular than Dick Cheney. And that was why. This is exactly why. And they were able to control it by not putting her in front of so many different interviewers. And their decision to oversaturate her in media has been an absolute disaster, because she cannot cut it. She cannot cut it. She might have been able to.
We're seeing it. What she saw in her private polls is now showing up in the public polls, which I will get to in just one second. But before we leave Peter Alexander, he did ask her, Eliana, about her struggles with men. I mean, this is no secret. It's all over every poll, even the mainstream media, lamestream, whatever, corporate, reports it all the time. She knows it. She, denial, as they say, it ain't just a river. Here, watch, SOT 20.
Donald Trump leads, particularly among men, by 16 points right now. Why is that, and why do you think there is a disconnect for you with men right now?
Well, let me tell you, you can look at this audience and you can see that there are people of every background and gender who are showing up by the thousands. And I think it is because they know I intend to be a president for all Americans. And that is how I'm campaigning to earn the vote of every American, not only about their gender, but about their geographic location, and unburdened by who they may have voted for in the past.
Just to be clear, though,
unburdened.
Men still say by 16% margin they're supporting Donald Trump right now. Why do you think that is?
It's not the experience that I'm having, to be honest with you.
You think the men are on board?
Yeah, I mean, look around.
There you go. It's not the experience that I'm having. As if that's relevant at all. Imagine waking up one day to find out your home no longer belongs to you. That somewhere, someplace, somebody's stolen your property right out from under you. It sounds unthinkable, but it is a sad reality for some American homeowners, and it's a risk for anyone who owns property. House stealing, that's what the FBI calls it. It's a form of real estate fraud where scammers leverage loopholes in the system to fraudulently transfer your home's title into their name. And then they take out loans against your property or even sell it behind your back. By the time you find out, the scammer's long gone, leaving you, the legitimate homeowner, to clean up the mess. But right now, triple lock protection is available through HomeTitleLock.com, offering 24/7 title monitoring, alerts, and restoration services. You can sign up today at HomeTitleLock.com and use the promo code Megyn to get 30 days of protection for free and a comprehensive title scan right now to make sure you're not already a victim. That's promo code Megyn, M-E-G-Y-N, and HomeTitleLock.com, or just use the link below. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.